Okay, good morning. We'll give you a bit of a rundown when we get to the other side of where we're going, what we're doing. It was raining when we got up this morning, so it wasn't really the right sort of thing to be pulling out the camera. We're going through the next tunnel before we get to the Anderton boat lift. And we just made it with only minutes to spare. So I'm just going to close the hatch down because it's always a bit wet in here. Okay, so that was the Saltersford Tunnel. Got a little way to go. It's cold. It's been drizzly. It's basically a typical end of summer coming into autumn English weather, I think. With the forecasters having absolutely no idea of when and where the rain's going to hit. Only you've got a 50-50 chance of getting wet or not. So we are both rugged up again to handle the wet. It's a beautiful big winding hole here, so we could turn around if we needed to. Craig with his wet weather stuff on, standing at the helm, battling the wind. Thankfully no waves. Though I have found when I've been standing on shore for a reasonable amount of time, I get a little bit of a wave up. So my body's obviously got used to the slight movement that you get even on these boats. But hey, if I can handle it, anyone can handle it. Anyone who knows me knows that I'm not very good with anything that moves. Bantam Tunnel. It's a little bit wobbly, to say the least. And the folks that followed us behind in the first tunnel, the last tunnel last night, were actually sitting at the waiting point. They thought that you had to wait for the half hour. But there was no clock indicated, and we can see the other end of the tunnel. We've indicated our intentions by the horn, so they're going to come in behind us. So we're their little safety blanket, comfort blanket, which is fine.
Right, well, we're a little bit late with the introductions today, but it is Saturday, the 2nd of October. It is an overcast, very cold, very blustery day, and we are on our way. Well, we've been on our way for a while. We started at about 8:15 this morning, and Craig checked the diesel, because I'm one of these people that likes to panic, and we're still have half a tank, so that's fine. So we're chuffing along, and we are going to the Anderton boat lift and beyond. I need to get my other piece of paper here. We've had our days printed out every day. Craig was good enough to print out our days every day. We have it in a plastic sleeve, which sort of keeps the majority of the paper dry, but around the edges it goes quite yuck. Hi. So we're on our way through to the Anderton boat lift, and unfortunately can't stop, give it a try or whatever. We're just running a little bit tight. Maybe another time. We're going through Rudheath. There's the Croxton Aqueduct. We've got Big Lock, which sounds very ominous. It's one lock. Then we've got the Middlewich locks, which are 3 locks. We turn right up on the Middlewich Channel, and we're heading back the way we came. We've got the King's Lock, Stanthorn Lock, the Minster Lock, Collinston Lock, left at Barbridge Junction, and we are hoping to moor up just before Bridge 100 and have dinner at the pub. So we will see what happens with that. That is where we're heading for.
Good way, good way.
So this is what the Canal and River Trust do. If there's a problem on the canal, they try to fix it, or they try to at least contain it so that it's safe for people to go through. There's been a landslide here, and a lot of the trees have fallen into the canal. So they've closed off part of the canal, and they've put buoys around, single file, given us plenty of notice to say go slow, go single file. As you can see, it's a bit of a mess. And they'll come in winter when it's not so busy on the canal. They'll come through with their own barge, and they'll log all these trees, get them out of the way, and try and settle everything down. All part of the walkway up there's collapsed as well. It's definitely a bit of a mess. That's dangerous. So the council will have to do part of that. But this is what people pay their boat licenses for, is to be able to pay for all this sort of stuff. So yes, there's a lot of grumbling, you know, things should be done, this and that and other, but they've got an awful lot of waterways to look after, and they've only got limited resources. In the next year or two, the government will actually be taking away their contribution, which is a bit of a problem. So we'll see how things go. They rely on people like us to buy the magazine and to become part of their association. Every £5 a month just adds to it, and yeah, we're happy to help. It's a beautiful part of what the UK has got. It would be a shame to lose it. You watch where you're going. I'll take some photos. Okay, So this is the Anderton boat lift. Can't really see very much, but what happens is you come in the canal there, and the boat goes through, goes into the pound, and then, okay, so goes into that pound, goes into the big trough there, and then that trough lowers while the other trough, and then that drops you down.
The trough comes up.
The other trough comes up, and you float out the other side onto the Warren navigation. So it would have been nice to have been able to stop, but maybe another time. Watch out for the sluice here, Craig.
Yep.
And it's starting to sprinkle again, so I'm going to close down and put you away for a little while. So this is the Anderton Marina. This is also if we needed to empty out our sludge toilet stuff, then we could get it done here. If we needed to fill up with fuel, then we could get it done here, because they could service the boat for us. So, and we've got a little bit of a treat, and that we've got a chuff chuff. Well, we call them chuff chuffs. Craig can tell you a little bit more about it.
Yeah, it's one of the working boats. We usually have coal and gas and diesel on board, but they've kept the traditional engines in a lot of them. So a lot of them are Gardner engines or other makes, but they're like an old hit and miss diesels. So they're quite inefficient, but yeah, they've got a lot of character to them. They chuff along, got a unique sound to them. So yeah, very nice. Hello, how you doing?
You've got a beautiful boat there. Beautiful boat.
So they've been very early diesels, talking 1920s.
Right.
Oh, right.